2017 season is officially over. It's time to get into all the fun stuff, the awards. And now that all the awards have been given out this season, let's go through a very quick recap. Gold Gloves, I'm going to start off in the NL actually, and we're just going to go through it. Pitcher, Zach Greinke, he won his 4th Gold Glove. For catcher, you had the Reds' Tucker Barnhart winning his 1st. You have Paul Goldschmidt obviously winning his 3rd at first base. At second base, you had DJ LeMahieu winning his 2nd for Colorado. Nolan Arenado now has 5 Gold Gloves. That is absolutely crazy. For shortstop, believe it or not, it's Brandon Crawford of the San Francisco Giants. They actually did have some things go well for them this year. Outfield, you had Marcell Ozuna for the Marlins. You had Ender Infante for the 2nd time. And the 5th time, you had Jason Hayward taking on another Gold Glove in right field. On the Gold Glove winner, starting off at pitcher, my boy, Marcus Stroman, getting his 1st, which is absolutely incredible. You have Molodano for the Angels getting his 1st at catcher. Eric Hosmer getting his 4th at first base. Brian Dozier getting his 1st, which kind of surprising actually on that one. Evan Longoria getting his 3rd at third base. Well, what else is new? Andrelton Simmons getting his 3rd. Alex Gordon again getting a 5th Gold Glove. 5 is just absolutely nuts. This one, for center field, I'm not really too sure about this one because Kevin Pillar has been crazy. Kevin Kiermaier, obviously, for the Tampa Bay Rays, has been just stellar at this position. But they gave it to Byron Buxton, and I guess that kind of makes sense for the defensive plays. And rounding that off, of course, the multi-sport athlete, now that we know, Mookie Betts. For sluggers, the best hitters in the game in each position, starting off with the catcher in the American League, Gary Sanchez, which a little surprising, but that's pretty cool. First base, Eric Hosmer. Second base, any surprise here, Jose Altuve. Third base, Jose Ramirez. Shortstop, Francisco Lindor. Outfield, they gave it to Judge, Upton, and of course, World Series MVP, George Springer. And for the DH, of course, Nelson Cruz. For the NL, they had Posey at catcher, Goldschmidt again at first base, Daniel Murphy at second, which arguable on that one. Third base, Nolan Arenado. You could have also probably put Turner there. I would have been okay with that. Shortstop, you had Corey Seager. In the outfield, they had Stanton, Ozuna, and Charlie Blackmon. Look out, Marlins. If you keep Stanton, you got a pretty good outfield. And, of course, the pitcher, Adam Wainwright of the St. Louis Cardinals. And behind the bench, manager of the year. And starting off in the American League, this one was pretty obvious. Former Blue Jay, mind you. Paul Molitor. Of course, he is the first manager to ever take a 100-plus loss team to the playoffs the next year, in which, by the way, the Twins did it this year, which is absolutely crazy. Now, in the NL, it's kind of, for me, it was a little bit of a just kind of a mix-up between the few. And I think, realistically, they went with Torey Lovullo. And, I mean, that's great for the Diamondbacks, but I think the better manager probably would have been Bud Black, or even Craig Counsell, of course, with the Brewers organization, who did a great job. But, I mean, Lovullo, obviously, he turned that D-backs worst ever 5.09 ERA and put it into the franchise best 3.67. So the patience he had with that pitching staff is absolutely incredible. Looking to Rookie of the Year, were these really, surprising to any of them? Cody Bellinger for the National League, and of course Aaron Judge for the American League. The best 2 rookies, I could say probably since 2001, of course, that being Pujols and Ichiro. Cody Bellinger, obviously 39 home runs. And, of course, the 3rd most home runs from anybody at the age of 21. Of course, do we even have to go into Aaron Judge's accomplishments? 52 home runs. And, of course, he broke the rookie record for most home runs in a single season. A home run record that was up there for about a good 30 years. These guys were voted unanimously. There was not a single person who thought these guys were not the best rookies in the league. Although I would like to give some shout-outs to some great rookies. You had Josh Bell, obviously, in Pittsburgh, Paul DeJong in St. Louis, and, of course, Yulesky Gurriel in Houston, and, of course, Andrew Benintendi in Boston, who I have to say all were great. Now moving on to the best in the pitching right now, and that is the Cy Young Award. Of course, the American League, it makes absolute clear sense. Corey Kluber, they had a 0.96 batting average against him this season, which is absolutely incredible, but you should also notice that he's had way more stuff in the AL. He led the American League in ERA, wins, winning percentage, WHIP, which is walks and hits per innings pitched, and of course, walks allowed in 9 innings. And of course, the only other person that you could have maybe put there, Chris Sale, 300 strikeouts. But I mean, Corey Kluber did an amazing job this year for the Indians. Cy Young, there were 2 basically in the running for it. And I think that they probably should have gave it to Clayton Kershaw. But they ended up picking Max Scherzer, which is an interesting kind of pick. I mean, he did lead the NL this year with 266 strikeouts. And, of course, hits allowed in 9 innings, which is crazy. I think it's like 5.4. And they also led the National League with that .902 whip, which is pretty good. And, I mean, congratulations, Washington. You can't win in the playoffs, but, you can win with regular season awards, and you do that well. Good job, Washington. To the final awards. Obviously, those of you who are watching this, you probably know who won them, but I'm going to go through it anyways. In the National League, you had Giancarlo Stanton, of course, with 59 home runs, 132 RBIs, and a .631 slugging percentage, which did lead the National League in all of those. And of course, for the American League, you have world champion, all-star, silver slugger. Oh, just tell me when I need to shut up now. Jose Altuve, who, by the way, led the American League on hitting against relief pitchers, which I think is a really cool stat. I believe he was .369 against those who came on in relief, those who are known to shut down the game, those who did so well. He had 204 hits this season, a .346 batting average, and, of course, a World Series ring. Controversy surrounding a couple of the finalists, and of course some salty Yankee fans. Why not Aaron Judge for MVP? Well, he did have a remarkable season. I do give him credit. Obviously, they had the head-to-head matches between the two, Altuve and Judge, and that seemed to be arguably what was the closest MVP race in quite a while, actually, between Judge and Altuve. But I think Altuve was just the better player, and he had a bit more better spirit with it. But on the NL side, I heard a lot of people complaining that, Stanton only won over Votto because he hit so many home runs. That's what they adore now. No, because if that were the case, Aaron Judge would have also been MVP as well, because he hit a crap ton of home runs. Joey Votto is a great hitter, do not get me wrong, but I mean, Stanton right now seems to be the better hitter. Joey Votto right now has a .454 on-base percentage and a 1.032 OPS, which is absolutely incredible considering his talent. But right now, it's Stanton's time to shine, and I think he did a great job. Now, Aaron Judge, a very class act. He tweeted out a congratulations to Jose Altuve and just wishing him all the best. And he said that there was no truly better person to earn the MVP award than Jose Altuve himself. And I think it was really great on his behalf. And I hope that class keeps coming from not only Aaron Judge, not only the New York Yankees, but baseball in general as, the season winds down and the silly season starts soon. Anyways, thank you all again so much for watching. Feel free to click like, subscribe, tell all your friends, and feel free to check out some more videos on this channel because I'm sure there's at least one that you'll find interesting.